The House notes that on Sunday, October 1st, 2023, Nigeria celebrated her 63rd independence anniversary. Also notes that the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, addressed the nation wherein he appreciated and acknowledged the contribution of Nigeria's past leaders, aware that from the day of independence, Nigeria has witnessed a lot of progress as well as challenges and deep contradictions. Also aware that the present administration is poised to address these challenges and provide far-reaching and sustainable solutions to our problems, resolves to 1. Urge the Nigerian political class and leaders in general to sit up, refocus, re-strategize, and work together to make Nigeria a better place for all. And 2, congratulate Nigerians and the President on the occasion of the 63rd independence anniversary. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
The truth is that the future of this country rests on our shoulders. Of the entire population, 360 have been chosen. And if you recall, and I keep saying, that the progress of any nation starts from the parliament. Yes, we get up every day, we chide the executive, but what about the parliament? Industrial revolution took place on the floor of the parliament. Independence of Nigeria was gained on the floor of the parliament. And so truly, if we must make progress, then that progress must start with us. If we want to ask ourselves the sincere question, are we truly independent? I'm sure that you know the answer. Politically, yes. Economically, the answer is no. Our people are suffering. There is poverty in the midst of plenty. Nigeria is not a poor nation by any standard, but our people are poor. And so what is the problem? If you look at sections 88 and 89 of the Constitution, it empowers us to check these problems, these anomalies we complain of. I think that as we speak about the independence of Nigeria today, that we should also know that it is time for us to talk less and do more. We have all the powers. We had attempted even to summon the president of the country to the parliament to answer questions. How far have we exercised our powers as parliamentarians? How well have we performed as parliamentarians to straighten this country?
As a Nigerian, I always go by the stanza, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. We only have ourselves as Nigerians, with no diversity, and go back to the former glory of unity, prosperity, and security, and go back to the drawing board where our forefathers worked from. We have to emulate whatever they stood up for. The forefathers that stood up to ensure that Nigeria stood up as a nation, as one nation and one destiny. So we should go back and ask ourselves where we have gone wrong. Why do we see our neighbors suffering? Why do we see the people hungry? Why don't we go and look and be our brother's keepers? Why don't we stand up for each other? Why are we selfish? We must always endeavor to believe in ourselves first and then to believe in whoever is next to us. We must have trust in each other. We must also believe in one another. We must not look forward to splitting up this country, because this country is all we have. So I'm appealing to all of us here as representatives of Nigerians from the grassroots to please go back home and revisit this situation. Unity, prosperity, security, and brotherhood. We must We must work on that. We must endeavor to see that our own community help one another, then we extend it to our neighbors and then to Nigeria as a whole.
Speaker, I will start with the words of my professor. He said that the difference between a developing country and a developed country lies in 3 eyes.
Honorable Kuye, sit down. Honorable Kuye, sit down. This is an important issue.
He claims the first and the second eye. He claims both developing countries and developed countries have it. It is the last eye that we need to improve on. The first eye he calls instrument. The instrument he refers to means the Constitution. A developed country and a developing country have that in common. They all have constitutions. The second eye are institutions. There's no institution in the developed country that we don't have in a developing country like Nigeria. For instance, we have the CBN, we have the EFCC, they all have all those institutions. The distinguishing eye are the individuals. Honorable Sada Soli spoke about the capacity, the competence, the integrity of the civil service. In the developed countries, their civil service and the occupiers of their offices are top-notch. They're people pupilled with integrity, with competence, with patriotism, and with intellect. You'll be amazed that in developed countries, the people with who have the highest educational qualifications are the people attracted to the civil service. Is that the same here? The answer is an emphatic no. So we need to institutionalize reform in our civil service to be able to step up into the first world. Second of all, it is not all gloom for Nigeria. As we are today and with all our issues, we are still the biggest economy in Africa with a GDP of $500 million, in spite of the fact that we only generate 7,000 megawatts of power. So this is a big plus to our labor industry. They have worked hard in spite of all the impediments. Going forward, I think we need to ramp up on our power base so that we can leapfrog and join the Committee of Nations.
Today, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, one of the challenges that faces us as a country, as a people, is the issue of security. And over the last 24 years of our democratic journey since 1999, we have had these challenges, beginning from 1999, when the issue of the Odua People's Congress and its leader, Gani Adams, was an issue. But somehow, that matter was resolved. We also have the issue of Boko Haram in the northwest.
Round of your 2 minutes is ended.
That issue was resolved. I am using this unique opportunity to also call on the executive that political solution to issues of insecurity is a way to look at. In the Southeast today, there is only one line demand: release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and insecurity in the Southeast would be a thing of the past, we believe. So I join my other colleagues to say that dialogue is an issue. It's a political weapon. We should judge to bring about peace and move as a country. Thank you.